Hello and welcome to another episode of Lids On. I am your host, Bo Snow.
I'm Shaq.
I'm Ailey.
I'm Theo.
And this is Lids On. It's Superbowl week, baby! So, before we get into my mindless worship of Drake May, just out of curiosity, as we go around the group, what was your first Super Bowl? Good question.
Pain and misery.
And also, who was the halftime show?
I don't remember that. I remember losing to the Broncos. That was my first Super Bowl.
Was actually the Panthers playing the...
That was the first one I remember, like, actually concentrating on. I remember, like, seeing bits of others, but that was kind of, it must have been, 2016 era? 17? That was my, like, peak introduction to American football and, like, really being into it.
Was that Super Bowl 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the first one I remember properly following the whole way through.
Really? So you both have the same Super Bowl?
I think the first one I actually watched was the Patriots Seahawks. Was that the one where he like, instead of handing it off to Marshawn Lynch, they threw it and
on the 1 yard line?
Yeah.
Malcolm Butler intercepted it, yeah.
Yeah, I just remember that.
Super Bowl 50. Nice. I can't read Latin writing, so I'm not sure which Super Bowl mine
Oh my
was.
god! Coldplay was the halftime show.
Dream.
No, I thought it was Beyonce.
Is it Coldplay?
It was
wait.
headlined
That's
by Coldplay, who
She
called
did
Beyonce.
She did too. There's one
Bruno
in
Mars.
2016, I think.
Yeah, that was the one because I was in America when that Super Bowl was on. So I was watching it in America at a normal time. Wow.
Of course, Alias merch. Of course.
We lost, but it was a really nice match.
Yeah,
There's
Super
goals
Bowl 50
everywhere.
halftime at Coldplay.
All got
Wow.
goals.
Okay, now I can count backwards. Mine was Super Bowl 47.
Wow.
That was Beyonce's, the first one Beyonce did, which I'll admit, was only watching for Beyonce. And then actually was like, this is quite a good game, quite like this. So the Ravens beat the 49ers 34-31. That was a John Harbaugh versus Jim Harbaugh game.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Was that with
okay.
Flacco? Was that Flacco?
Good question. We'll find out.
I feel like that's a Flacco era.
Did he win a Super Bowl? Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah.
Was it that one?
Yeah. Crazy. And that was at the Mercedes Superdome, so big up New Orleans. What about you, Bo? What was your...
My Super Bowl, I'm a baby. My Super Bowl was Dr. Dre, Eminem,
Wow.
50 Cent, Bengals, Rams, I think. Boring game. Really fucking boring.
The coming Matthew Stafford MVP.
I mean, Aaron Donald won the game for them, but also...
Yeah, he did.
Didn't Cooper
The
Cup
halftime
get
show
MVP?
was... Did he?
I think so.
Cooper Cup got it.
Wow. What a halftime show, though. You know what
That
I mean?
was an
That was a good
unbelievable
one.
halftime show.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a bus or something? It was like it was double leveled.
50 Cent was upside down.
Yeah, 50 Cent appeared
How
upside
much?
down.
What more could you need?
Snoop Dogg.
He was there.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
So yeah, that's all ours. So I'm the baby of the group, and it looks like Cleo, you're the one that...
Well, I don't
came
know
into
if
the
that
Super Bowl.
first one counts. I wasn't watching it for the football, but...
It was like super football by proxy, maybe.
Yeah.
I loved it. All of it. No complaints. So, yeah.
So do we owe your enjoyment of football to Beyonce?
I owe
Wow.
most of my enjoyment for life, to be honest. So,
That needs going on
Fair.
the shirt immediately. Immediately. Let's go back to the football. We'll start off with the boring game first. Drake May versus the Broncos, in which the snow won, so therefore I am taking my part in that victory of the Patriots winning against the Broncos. What did you guys think of the quarterback for the Broncos?
Bonings.
Jared Stidham.
Stidham.
Oh,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
Joe all speak at once.
he had a very good first drive. Was it? Oh no, second drive or something. He threw a really good pass. I think it was to Marvin Mims over the middle,
So
like
Yes.
50 yards or something, and then like a nice little slant to Cortland Sutton, I think, in the end zone. And yeah, you kind of thought in that moment, you were like, could he? Could Stiddy? Could he?
Mm.
And then no, he couldn't. So
yeah, that's pretty much some
Controversy, though. That game was filled with controversy. I'm going to play
In
the devil.
what way? Go on.
The fumble, incomplete pass,
Mm.
that was the only Patriot touchdown in the game.
I think if
Which-
Bo Nix was in, the Broncos would be in the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, Bo.
And
I
by
mean-
rule, I think that was the wrong call.
No,
I
but
mean, I agree.
refs never make wrong calls ever, do they? Ever.
Sorry, Dad, but the Zebras failed.
I mean, Patriots' offense was piss poor. A total of 86 passing yards is not something you should be proud of. Fucking hell, what's his name? Their OC. Patriots OC called. I should know this.
Mike McDaniels
Yes.
went to
Is it?
Google and then remembered the golf visor.
Isn't it Josh? Josh. Mike
That's it.
McDaniels is yeah. I just remember seeing a clip of Josh McDaniels just sitting next to Drake being like, this is going to be ugly, but you've just got to trust the process. We've just got to win. Like, I don't know, like, if we perform the way we performed at the semi-finals, we're going to get rolled over. I mean, I
Mhm.
know we're the underdogs going into it anyway, but Mac's healthy. I think Mac Hollins is just, he's really had such a good season this season. And if is Stevenson healthy as well?
Mhm.
Maybe. It's going to be the battle of the defenses, I think. Sam
yeah.
Darnold is hardly the most consistent. I like him, for the record. I like him. Justin Jefferson has come out and said that the Vikings would probably be in the Super Bowl if they'd kept Sam Darnold, which I agree.
Oh yeah, if I was
But-
JJ, I'd be pissed. I'd be
Yeah.
so pissed. I'd be fuming, man.
I'd be ringing the Seahawks GM and being like, hook me up.
Yeah. What are you saying about next season?
Yeah, I'm saying everyone's saying gay for May or ham for Sam. So corny, man. But yeah, like I agree. I think if Bo Nix had been in the game, do I think Stidham did a terrible job as his like first proper game? No, not really. I think he did well learning on the job, learning under pressure. I think that's like the ultimate trial by fire.
I actually think that Sean Payton called some bad. He had some bad
Oh,
calls
yeah.
in
Yeah,
this
he
game.
did.
There was a fourth and 3 or something where he should have just run it down the middle and he gave it to City to try and, I don't know, I'm guessing throw a screen or something, and they just got eaten up in the backfield. And that would have been an easy field goal. Then Will Lutz missed 2 field goals. So you're talking about slim margins here. If Sean Payton doesn't make that call, they tie the game, it goes to overtime. If Will Lutz makes one of those field goals, Drake May didn't get a lot going. He made a lot of
No.
first downs by running to the sideline and literally sliding out of bounds with like this much to spare. The Broncos defense, they did their part. They kept him contained and he couldn't throw the ball in that weather. So they were unlucky. I think it's kind of on the coaching, to be honest. Yeah.
I mean, as well, from a kicker point of view, like those field goals weren't difficult field goals, and they, especially the first one, for an NFL kicker, a 40-yarder should be a walk in the park. And I'm not saying that it's easy; it's an easy job by any stretch. But Will Lutz has already lost the job because of similar scenarios. And don't get me wrong, he's been money all season. But if there's no point having a kicker that can't do it under pressure,
Yeah.
you know, putting an extra point through the post is fairly straightforward. But if you can't make a reasonable field goal in a pressure game, you know, we're not talking 55 yards, 60 yards. We're talking like, I think it was like 43 or something, his first miss.
Yeah.
And when you've got a backup QB and you've got to pull your team through there, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we move swiftly on to the more exciting game, which was the Seahawks-Rams. Seahawks clutching the win. A lot more closely contested game, but actually fuck all happening in the fourth quarter whatsoever. Matt Stafford with 374 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Sam Darnold with 346 and 3 touchdowns. What do you guys think was the difference maker?
I didn't actually watch this game. I'm going to hold my hands up.
Same.
I went to bed because I was so upset by how boring the Patriots Broncos was. I just went to bed.
I'd be interested to know the number of possessions that each team had and time of possession, because I mean the fourth quarter, anyone can. If you exclude the fourth quarter in which if either of you score,
Mm.
you've got a shot. I think they'll be interested to see how many drives they had up to that point, because if it's kind of a back and forth game, then I think it comes down to who has the ball at the most important times. Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember if there was a score just before half time to kind of double up. I can't remember what the score was at half time.
Wasn't it
I
like
think there was. I think
17
there
to
was a
14
turnover,
or
wasn't
something?
there? Did I make that up?
I feel like there was something like that where I was kind of like, you've stitched yourselves up there, guys.
End of that. Touchdown by Seahawks.
Yeah. I think it was a
6 plays.
turnover because it's only one play from like the 14-yard line, so that must be a turnover.
Yeah, with 20 seconds to go.
Yeah. The time of possession is 28 minutes and 50 seconds for 10 seconds, sorry, for the Rams, and 31 minutes and 50 seconds for the Seahawks. So it was pretty even, but the Seahawks were in the red zone more. To be honest with you, with this game, I watched the first like 3 quarters and then kind of fell asleep. I thought Matt Stafford had one of the games of his life. Genuinely thought he played unbelievable football. And if this is another Josh Allen scenario where if a quarterback could win it by themselves, he deserved it. He should be MVP. I hope he still gets MVP. I don't know if that's a thing, like if someone that's not in the Super Bowl can get MVP, but if he can, I would vote for him because genuinely he played outstanding. His defense just did not turn up. They didn't turn up. They didn't turn up in the big moments. They didn't make good plays. Oh, I remember what it was now. Right before halftime, it was a special teams error. So they punted it, and the returner fumbled it. Fumbled it. And the defense picked it up. Well, special teams picked it up with 14 yards, and that's why. And then obviously that flips momentum immediately going into halftime. The Seahawks get the ball back in the second half, and it just never looked like it was going to change from that point of view. I mean, the Seahawks defense is unreal. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They absolutely are. They're worth the money. But I do feel for Matt Stafford because 38, I don't know if he's going to get another chance to be there. That might have been it for him.
They ended up swapping the returner, didn't they? Because he fumbled it twice or something.
Yeah.
Did they? That's rough, bro. That's rough.
Yeah, poor guy.
I think the Seahawks picking up Rashid Shaheed from the Saints has been so fucking clutch for them. Like,
Sorry, Cleo.
sorry to put salt in the wound, Cleo, but that's been fucking clutch.
I'm just wins the Super Bowl and come to us. So I want him to go and have a nice summer and then come back to us. That's what it is.
He's on loan.
He's on loan, yeah.
Yeah. So do we think he's gonna give it one more go, Matt Stafford?
Ooh.
I mean, he's proved he can still do it.
I think he'll give it a go.
I think without tainting his legacy, I think that's where it becomes an issue. Is the Rams? I've got who's it to back up? Is it Stetson Bennett? Went to rehab.
I thought it was the old Rams guy.
It's Garoppolo, isn't it?
Yes, that's
Oh, is it?
But Stetson Bennett was their kind of draft pick that went off the rails and is kind of attempting to make a reappearance. But I don't think if Stafford doesn't play next year, the Rams are a nothing. Unfortunate.
Yeah. I think he might give it one more go, but only because you've got like people like Kyron Williams and Blake Corum and Puka Nacua like at the absolute top of their game. I think if I was him, I would say, all right, one more shot, let's do it. If I don't make it, then I'll tap out. But also, don't forget, they made him sign a new contract at the beginning of last season that was a hell of a lot less than what he was on before. And if I was Matt Stafford, having played this MVP type season, getting the Rams to conference finals and then losing because of defense, I would be back I'd be in the back room asking for my money back. I'd be saying, come on now, pay me up front. One more year. Pay me big bucks. Let's go win the Super Bowl. Yeah.
That's interesting. Didn't know that about his contract.
Yeah.
Do we think Sean McVay can last that much longer as head coach? I know he's just signed an extension, but how long is he gonna?
I don't see any reason for him to leave though. Currently.
Do you mean get some?
Yeah, I mean it's that falling short. I know we live in a climate now. I know we'll get to it in a bit about that winning trophy case is a lot more prudent and there's a lot more pressure from owners to put on GMs, to put on head coaches to perform. I mean, the Rams currently have a 92-57 regular season record, which is the 5th best in the NFL. So, but is that falling short? like, how long has Sean McVay been the head coach for the Rams?
He was the head coach when they won the Super Bowl, wasn't he? I
My
think
first.
he'd only been there a year or two, hadn't he?
Okay, fair.
I might have just completely made that up, but I feel like that was
No, but I
something.
think he's the league's next best bet, along with possibly Dave Canales, with depending how it goes at the Panthers, with the longest to be the next John Harbaugh,
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin to be at a team for 15, 20 years. I think he's the only one in the league where I think you kind of go, they're not really looking. They're not even keeping an
Yeah.
eye out.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at even like this week with the Cardinals hiring, what's his name? Mike LaFleur. He's from the Sean McVay tree. You know, like any offshoot, any product of the Sean McVay tree is a hot commodity because of Sean McVay. And like, I think that job's his for as long as he wants it.
Yeah.
Whether or not they pick up like a really, really good quarterback and then that quarterback doesn't play well, then we might be in for a different discussion. But as long as he's got Matt Stafford, I think he's got his job. And then after that, I think he's still got his job as long as his quarterback performs even averagely well.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I mean, when you've got Les Snead as a GM who seems to pick just incredible players between the two of them. I mean, look at even Corum was, Michigan Wolverine, national champion. Even he was like a 3rd round pick or something. Nakua was like a 6th round pick. Like, if you can draft that well consistently, that's the reason that they can have a Matt Stafford, but also have all the pieces around him. There's not really any blockbuster trades. Okay, maybe Devontae Adams this season, but that was the only one. That's the only one I can really think of that's like that's a big trade. Maybe Odell Beckham the year they won the Super Bowl, but they don't tend to do that trading. They tend to just draft really well and maintain talent.
Yeah, I agree.
You're a big fan of the Rams, aren't you, Nearly? Don't think you've made that clear enough.
Hey, if he wins MVP, I should have bought a lottery ticket.
That's a fair point. We all laughed at you, didn't we?
Yeah.
Feel bad. Shame.
So going into Super Bowl 60, so at the moment, the Seahawks are the bettor's favourite with 60%. Headed to win. Troy Aikman is raving about Sam Darnold. There are rumour injuries with Landry, Spillane questionable, Drake May's questionable. He's going to play. But still, it's not good.
It's all about this.
Yeah. If the Patriots are good for anything, it's mind games. And oh my God, the Patriots are very good at the lead up and they understand the theatre around football, which is part of why I really, really enjoy them. So do we buy into the niggles and injuries? Me personally, no, I don't. Although I don't think something's been fully right with Drake May. I don't think he's been playing like that, but we'll see. So what are you guys saying? Come on, give me your predictions.
Seahawks. I just think the defense, I don't think the Patriots offense is strong enough against that Seahawks defense. And I think the Seahawks offense can go toe to toe with the Patriots defense. So I think I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a close game, but I do think the Seahawks will win.
I agree. I also think Seahawks, and I think it is kind of, you're right in terms of the offense and defensive strengths and weaknesses. I also think it is a case of, is it too big an occasion too soon for Drake May? He has played outstanding in the regular season and has appeared to, whether there's something wrong with him or not that we don't know about, has appeared to kind of tail off at the wrong time. And we know full well that Seahawks offense can continue to score. They're not going to get down if their defense give up a touchdown. They know that they have the ability to do that. And I think Sam Darnold plays, consistent football. He's not, don't get me wrong, in the NFC Championship game, he threw for hundreds of yards, but typically he kind of dink and dunks his way down the field and doesn't make mistakes. So I think it's going to come down to which one of them makes less. And I think I back Darnold slightly more right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Seahawks, mate. I'm sorry. I don't want to upset you, but I think it's a pretty easy one to call unless something crazy happens. I just think like you've got Sam Darnold who's playing like lights out football when he throws the deep pass. He loves that deep pass, and you've got the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, I'm not questioning
JSN
that.
is unbelievable.
Yeah.
What an athlete. Like, watching him
Yeah.
is, he's something else. And then on the flip side, on the Patriots, you've kind of got Stephon Diggs and Trevion Henderson. And, I'm not like super inspired, but I don't know. Weird things have happened. Who knows? It's a Super Bowl after you. People can get nervous. People can make mistakes. So we'll see. But I think if Sam can hit JSN on some deep balls, then you'll be in trouble.
Okay. I mean, going into it, Seahawks do actually have the winning series of all the times they've met. Seahawks have won 11, Patriots 9. If you compare quarterback to quarterback, I think Drake May is a cleaner quarterback, in my opinion. If you look at the season just gone, Sam Darnold, 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. May, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Now, having watched the Patriots, Drake May is very lucky that number isn't higher. He does risk it a lot. And I think his youth is showing in certain situations where he wants it too much. And he does risk it. But is this moment too big for Sam Darnold? Like you said, no, I'm never going to question that JSN isn't the best wide receiver in the league. Like, the guy is unreal. But I don't know. There's just something out. I just, no. I'm going to bet the Patriots all the way. Let's go Patriots, because they haven't had enough success ever.
I do think it does massively come down to which one of them holds it together the most.
Yeah.
I think the defenses have both proven, Patriots held the Broncos to 7, backup QB, whatever, and they've been a typically good defense this year. But I think it does come down to who's going to shit the bed first.
Absolutely.
And if that moment gets too big, if you make a mistake, can you come back from it? I think they'll both throw an interception. I think it will depend on who comes out of that the best.
I think another thing you have to look at as well, though, is the game, like who they've played against this season. Obviously, the Patriots have arguably had a much easier season than the Seahawks. Like, 2 of the Seahawks division rivals made the playoffs. The Patriots played the Jets twice. Sorry, Han. They've just had an easier schedule, and I think the first sort of like hard work they've had is in the playoffs, and they barely beat the Broncos with a backup QB.
Yeah. Yeah, well said.
Sorry,
but we're in the Super Bowl, so. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm going to call it. I think the Seahawks are going to come out swinging first. I think they're going to score first. I think potentially we'll go 2 scores down. We are a second half team by a long shot. And I do think we'll go into the half down. And I think it'll just be a case of Vrabel just rallies the troops, He's like Dan Campbell. He's got his players that will run through walls for him. And I just think, like you guys have said, I guess it'll be who doesn't shit the bed and who wants it more. So I guess we'll see.
Mhm.
But thoughts and prayers. Do you guys have the day off from work? I don't. I do.
I don't. However, I am using my half well-being day so that I don't have to go into work till midday.
What are you, Cleo?
It is in the interest of my well-being to let me watch the Super Bowl. I've been miserable.
Are you in work, Cleo?
No, I'm off. I got it off. I mean, I was tempted not to because it wasn't really the Super Bowl of my dreams. But I want to watch it. And here's the hoping it's not like fucking 7-3 because I'm going to kill myself if it is. But
That too.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see. If it's anything like the Texans Pats game, because that was madness. The amount of turnovers in that game, it was like watching basketball. I actually couldn't believe what I was watching. So yeah, something interesting would be good. Obviously, the coaches aren't going to go in there thinking, yeah, let's just make it messy. But
the players are like, whoa,
it'd be good for the rest. Yeah, sure,
Yeah. Okay, so for our listeners at home, Shaq runs a very creative Pick'ems league. It's unlike anything I've ever been in before. So, you have asked some very interesting questions that I've actually never had to think about before. So, Shaq, my answers are already locked in, so that doesn't change. I've already forgotten and compartmentalized what I've already answered, so I'll probably already. Yeah. So we're gonna ask Cleo and Ailey as well. The Super Bowl questions. So Shaq, take it away.
So this is part of the SPL, which is Shaq's Prediction League. You're welcome to join next year. So the first question, which is obviously asking everyone, is who you think's going to win. We already know. You all put Seahawks, except Drake May over there. And then I've got like 10 wildcard questions, I think it was. The first one being, what do you think the final score is going to be?
Ooh,
I
I'm
think
probably
absolute-
going to go like 35-10 to the Seahawks.
Wow.
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 Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
I was going to go.
Should I have lied?
No, I'd rather you be honest. That's what friendship's about.
I'm going to go 31-24.
Okay. I think I had like 27-24 or something. I think I had it pretty cool. Next
I need
one
to
is,
write these down so I don't forget what I've said.
which team do you think will score the first touchdown?
Seahawks.
Yeah.
I said Seahawks.
I also said Seahawks. Was that a Seahawks from you, Cleo?
Yeah.
Yeah. And who from that team will score the first touchdown?
JSN.
I said JSN.
I'm just going to go the tight end, Amari Barno something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, but he won my fantasy league for me, so I'll take it.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Next one. So this is about the halftime and the performers. I don't know when Green Day's performing. Is it before the game?
He's the
Yeah.
opening.
Will they perform American Idiot, and will they change the lyrics to anti-Trump lyrics?
Yes and yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll lose
I think
more
he
people
probably
than if
only
they don't.
agreed to do it if he could do that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I found it really funny because there was so many like MAGA supporters kicking off about Bad Bunny that I feel like the NFL turned around and were like, okay, we'll give you a rock band then. Here's Green Day.
Hey, we're giving you a little Patriot patch. Okay,
Yeah.
We're giving you 250.
Will Bad Bunny bring out any special guests at halftime?
Yes.
I think I said no.
It's been quite a 50-50 split.
I don't really know enough about him to know who he collaborates with, if I'm honest.
That's why
Mostly-
I was thinking yes, because I thought
Yeah, it's like J Balvin and
you're
That's
going to need to get someone
Yeah.
to help.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the problem
true.
is you can't bring out someone bigger than you, can you? Because then that just makes you look shit.
he has just won the Grammy for Best Album of the Year.
He has, I know, I saw that, and then I did think that might come up today, and I still didn't look at him up.
He's
Uh,
like the #1 grossing. Like he's the most streamed artist. Like
Yeah,
he
he
is
is
big.
big.
So
I'm
like
here for it.
he's
Maybe the next time we do this podcast, I'll be singing to you guys in Spanish. Who knows?
Well, that leads on to the next question. I've said, will Cardi B travel down from the stands and join Bad Bunny to perform I Like It?
I said no. I said no because I think
No,
she'll be
either.
too shit-faced.
A lot of people have said no. I've put
Yeah,
yes
I
just
think
because I
no.
want it to happen.
Very true. I want it to, but the marking in SPL is quite severe, so I've had to go on the reserves.
Yeah, you get 2 points if correct, -1 if it's incorrect.
True.
Yeah, like you get marked. If you fuck up, you get marked down. The pressure is real.
This negative marking.
It's
That's
only in the
right.
Super Bowl. It's only in the Super Bowl because it's just so close at the end. I need to wild up the results a bit.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think she will, but I want her to, so I put yes in the hopes that maybe she'll. Yeah. Will there be overtime?
God, I
No,
pray
I think
not.
everybody's put no, actually.
I don't want to
Um,
stand up either, so they could not.
Yeah.
You know, the
That's a
Kansas
good
San
point.
Francisco one that went to overtime. I remember being like in the pub, like, can we just finish now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a grim witching hour when you're out watching the Super Bowl.
Honestly,
it's
I was like, oh my
overtime.
God, I actually, it was the one Super Bowl that was, there was half term the next week, and I was like, cool, I can stay up, no bother. And it was like 2 years ago, whatever, and I was like, this is great. And then they went to overtime, and I was like, this is not.
I want my bed.
I've had alcohol. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired.
I think especially when it's two teams that you're also not really bothered about.
Yeah.
You're just like, please just end. Penultimate one, what colour Gatorade will be poured over the winning head coach?
Ooh.
I've went blue.
Ooh, I went for orange, I think.
My brain
think-
immediately went green, so I'm going to say green.
Yeah, I think they'll have different colours based on the teams, won't they? That's what
I
I
don't know.
think. I'm going to go
The pa-
blue because I think the Seahawks are going to win it, and they're obviously blue, aren't they? So I think blue.
I think the past 3 years has been orange and yellow or something.
oh,
so
maybe not then.
I just went crazy and went
That
blue.
is crazy to like even know that statistic. Like mad respect.
I look into it before I give my answer.
watched the moments. I researched my answers.
That's how stats
I-
shack is.
Did the past 20 years I researched the colours of the past 20 Super Bowls.
Right, list them. Go.
Orange, orange, orange. Purple.
Yeah,
I feel
I'll
like
go blue.
I feel like I've gone green. I'm gonna lock that in because it was my first instinct. However, I feel like Gatorade probably like, you must do the orange one because we are an orange brand and we want you to advertise us.
There is also the option of clear. They do a clear.
Ew.
Well, that's a bit boring. Jesus Christ.
The Patriots have done it twice, just saying.
That's that hydration.
I
I
Fair.
mean, yeah. Go water.
Final question, who will receive MVP?
Drake May.
I put JSN or Drake May if obviously they win it.
Can it be from someone that wasn't in the Super Bowl? No.
No, not
For
Super
the
Bowl
award,
MVP.
yeah, the Super Bowl MVP I'm on about, yeah.
Oh right, okay, Super Bowl MVP. Okay. Yeah. JSN, yeah.
I'm gonna go rogue again and go Sam Darnold. Just because I like being rogue.
Is
and
that
apparently it
the
works.
Very good point. Yeah.
I was
That
like,
was
why
a
did
good
why did
where-
I decide to
As you
let you
sit
guys
and wear
have
a
a
Jackson
platform?
Dart t-shirt.
Mhm.
As you sit and wear a Jackson Dart t-shirt.
I fucking love Jackson Dart.
Oh my
Campbell,
God, I
thank
didn't
you very
realise.
much.
I am baffled that you aren't wearing your Campbell jersey.
I let Abby dress me. I just got out of the shower and I was like, dress me, please. And she made me watch this.
That's a great t-shirt.
Yeah.
She was like, screw the Pats, wear this.
Yeah. Can you tell my wife's John Harbaugh fan? She's like, oh yeah, you're
A
now
bit.
gonna Giants propaganda. Okay, so Super Bowl. Next, let's go to the head coaches. There have been. I really want like a.
I was going to say,
Steam
can we
Deck.
please introduce sound effects?
I want a shotgun. You know the little dog toy thing that goes. I want that one. Or the chicken.
Right. We have had 10 changes in head coaches. Number one being John Harbaugh ending up at the Giants, which Jackson kind of leaks at the Ohio State game. What do we think about that?
I think that is a good move for both the team and the
Mhm.
man.
Me too, actually. I don't know why, but I think me too.
I think
No.
you needed a fresh start.
The Giants have just hired someone from the Chiefs for their OC, haven't they? Giants OC. Matt Nagy.
I
That
I hope
was
the Giants
might
crash
throw
and
up on
burn.
the screen.
So who is Matt Nagy? I don't know who he is.
He used to be the Bears head coach.
Oh, did he? Shit,
He's the Matt
okay.
Rule of the Bears.
You can't say his name again, you've already said it twice.
3 times and he appears behind
He
you. see?
appears behind us and I cry.
Incredible.
You know what? I'm not supporting the Giants anymore. I hope they lose.
Oh, wow, okay. So was he like not good as the Bears?
No.
Sorry,
Well, you never know with Shaq. You never know. Like it might be like a. I know you're usually fact based and strong, but there also is like a vibes thing. So
That is very true. No, I mean I think he was distinctly average his first season, his first 2 seasons maybe. But no, he was just absolutely god awful, bollocky wank shite, terrible. And then he went to the Chiefs and they won a Super Bowl the next year. And I just thought, and he was on the stage looking like, and he had like his middle aged dad shoes on, and I was just like, go away, like get out of my life. Oh God, I can't stand him. Sorry.
So who was his quarterback? Was it Justin Fields when he was, or was that after?
Trubisky and Fields.
Okay.
He
And then he went-
brought in Fields. No, sorry, he didn't bring in Fields. Did he? It was either him or Cowboys man that you hate.
McCarthy.
We're not going to summon him.
But
Who's
yeah, no,
summoning?
Trubisky was his main QB.
And then he went to the Chiefs, became their OC, and now he's the Giants OC. Standard. Okay, we'll move on just because I feel like you're going to have an aneurysm. So, Steelers are taking on Mike McCarthy. Fucking called it.
Yeah, he did.
Absolutely called it.
Football.
Kind of laughed when he cried at his interview. But also it kind of made sense. Like, if there's any other team, like, I will not be a prick. I'm not going to be that person for once. When Mike McCarthy was genuinely invested in the Cowboys, he was an okay OC. I think, and head coach. I just think he got quite complacent. He's had a year off and he's been put in the naughty corner. I do think because he cares about the Steelers, like the Steelers are his home team. maybe he'll look after it more. Do people think he's going to keep Rodgers, though? That's the question.
I pray he doesn't.
Everything in him says no, but there's just part of us that just feels like he will just be there. Like Rodgers does everything I don't want him to do, so
Was he head coach of the Packers when Rodgers was at the Packers?
I believe as much.
Rodgers just also doesn't die. Like,
yeah.
He's a cock up.
Yeah.
he just is there all the
He's
time.
he's got Horcruxes in wide receivers that he's broken. Every hospital ball that he's ever thrown is a Horcrux that will keep him alive.
Poor Devontae Adams is the biggest one. He was like, come
Yeah.
with me. Come with me. Like,
Yeah, I'll be surprised. Like, come on. He can't have one more season. He can't. Surely not.
But I said this 3 years ago, and he's still here.
and also, I feel like if he was gonna, he would have said something already, because I feel like that man wants to go and live in the woods, and that's it. Like, I figured that if he was gonna retire, he'd be like, bye, find me in the woods in 15 years' time, and I'll be off grid.
Hi, Abby.
We're
I
talking
think
about Aaron
that we
Rodgers.
underestimate how much he loves seeing himself on TV.
Very true.
I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
watch another tush push where he just stands there, though.
Unless he's making
Yeah,
a
that's
documentary
ridiculous.
about his retirement, he is staying.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, though. I kind of like
it's an
it.
egg.
I respect it.
It's an
Points
egg.
like Napoleon. Yeah, you go do it.
Sam Darnold then did it, and I was like, bro, you are ousted from this quarterback club.
I mean, they even had Lamar
Can't run a-
Jackson doing it at one point. Like,
You can't run
Know
a
your
QB
strength.
sneak and not be a QB. You look this dumb.
It's not really a sneak, is it?
It's just a run play.
It's just a wildcat.
I cannot wait for the predictions that we end up doing for next season. So, next up on the chopping block is Tennessee Titans with Robert Saleh ending up as head coach.
I
I
think
want the
this
best
is
things for
about.
Saleh.
Yeah, he's a good boy, isn't he?
He's a
Keep
good
going.
dude.
Haven't said that in a while, have we? Do you know what? I reckon the Tennessee Titans have done about as well as they could have done there. Because realistically, they weren't going to get John Harbaugh, were they? But Robert Saleh's a good head coach. He had a difficult situation at the Jets, so wish him the best. Hopefully they do better. Can't do worse, surely. And Cam Ward's a great quarterback, so hopefully they can put something together that shows off his skills without throwing like 55 interceptions a season.
I think if they have a half decent draft, they'll have an okay season. I mean, I hope so. I just want Robert Saleh to just do well.
Yeah, he
Him and his shiny
deserves.
head.
Yeah. He just reminds me of the guy from 300.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have not seen 300.
What's his name? He's like the bad guy from the
I'm gonna have to
300.
Google it.
Do you know who he
Yeah.
reminds me of? Has anyone seen that at the museum?
Yeah.
You know, the
Yes.
Egyptian guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
King Tut.
You cannot touch me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. That's Robert Saleh.
That does
No,
look like Robert Saleh.
Yeah, Xerxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, touching. I couldn't believe you touched me. What a good guy. Going back. Fuck. So, next up, we have. Fucking hell, I lost them all. Oh, it's Deion Sanders shirtless. Nobody wants that. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Now that is Robert Saleh.
Up is Cleo's team, the Cardinals. They've hired Rams offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur as their head coach. What do we think of that?
Cleo, please go first.
Well, I was listening to a podcast today and they were talking about how there were literally only 2 head coaches left and 2 head coaching jobs left. And they were the Raiders and the Cardinals. And Clint Kubiak went to the Raiders. So Mike LaFleur was the last head coach left to be picked. As in, like, when you're on the playground and it's like, well, you kind of have to be on my team because there's no one else. I am worried for the Cardinals because I just don't think they have a direction. I don't know if their general manager is going to stick around because he's a bit of a div. And he could be a great head coach, but I don't think he's going to an organization that's ready for a great head coach. They still don't know what they're doing with Kyler. I mean, it's just a bit of a mess, really. I don't know. If I was them, I might just gut it and see what you can get for Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison, and then start again. I don't know. It depends if you think that, like, they're that. I think they're very close to perfection, but realistically, they're very far away from perfection. So
Yeah, they're 3 wins. I would probably agree with that.
yeah.
I actually read an article about Mike LaFleur and his Cardinals job, and the first line of the Fox News article was, "Did the Cardinals pick the wrong coordinator off Sean McVay?" That was the first line, and I was like, vote of confidence. And then it kind of carried on, and it was like, what did it say? It was like everyone was all up for like Chris Shula, but what do they see in him after his unremarkable stint at the Jets? And I was like, this is not the advert that he needs right now. This is not the vote of confidence that poor Mike LaFleur needs.
I
Yeah.
did see a thing though that was like the past 4 coordinators or something for the Rams that have went on to head coaching jobs have done really well. I can only remember Liam Cohen now.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yes,
Oh,
Matt LaFleur. Was
Yep.
it Matt LaFleur? Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
So-
see. I mean, you
Okay, did
forget
not
that
know that.
the Cardinals division is actually stupidly difficult. It's actually really hard. You've got the Seahawks, the Rams,
And the Niners.
No.
and the Niners. And obviously they're all institutions with great head coaches, with great players, and like I do kind of understand where they're coming from, trying to emulate the Rams, but at what point do you stop trying to be like your division rivals and start being like you? Do you know what I mean? It's like they need to bring someone in who is gonna like rally the troops, bring the club together, bring the players together. And I don't know if just hiring someone off the Sean McVay tree and asking him to repeat whatever the Rams have done is gonna do it for them. So I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about something else.
Do you think they need more of a Mike Rabel, Dan Campbell, D'Amico Ryans,
Definitely.
a defensive mind that is just going to come and motivate?
Yeah, they need structure. They need like someone to come in and basically put a bunch of rules in place and to say, this is the standard that we expect. Anything under this standard is not acceptable. They've got great players, but those players need to like feel like they're part of something that works together as a unit, not just as individuals trying to pull off things as individuals. Yeah, it's just they're not anywhere near it. And like Matt LaFleur, he could be great, but like it's kind of like Man United over the last few years. It's like we keep taking stupid risks on like these managers that no one's ever heard of, and then wondering why we don't do well. And it's like, well, because he's never won anything in his fucking life, and suddenly he's expected to do it with the biggest club in the world. It's the same principle. It's like if you want success and you're not there yet, go and get success and bring it to your club. Go and get someone successful and bring them, that's it. Anyway, I digress. Sorry.
The passion.
if I close my eyes and I think about the Cardinals, I think of like a really stale caravan. That's the image it brings in. Sorry, Cleo, but like when I close my eyes, that's what it's like stepping into like a 70s caravan. That's
and
the
Palmer's still the QB.
it's just it's quite a violent and very strong image that comes to brain. But yeah.
So
I feel
specific.
like this is a whole segment. When Bo closes their eyes.
This is because
This
of what I said about the
franchise
character.
represents-
Yeah. I don't have stats. I don't have history. I don't have knowledge of football. I just have vibes. That's what I bring to the table.
Daniel tortilla wrap.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So we've got this dynamic very clear. For the Falcons, they've had a massive mix-up. They've hired former franchise quarterback Matt Ryan as the team president of football, much to Cam Newton's dismay. Guy is aggrieved by life.
Literally everything is an offense to him.
Right? Like, bro, chill.
Yeah, guess what? Should have died with a dang ball, man. Fuck.
They have also hired former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski for the same role after firing Raheem Morris. They've hired the Browns OC, Tommy Rees, to be their OC. They've hired the Dolphins special teams coordinator to be their special teams coordinator. And they've hired the Bears assistant GM Ian Cunningham as their GM. And hired Rams senior offensive assistant and former Patriots and Browns OC Alex Van Pelt as their quarterbacks coach. What do we think, guys?
The Falcons want to lose. I just think that's bizarre additions.
You said a lot of words in a short space of time. and names I
So-
didn't recognise, and I was like, cool.
I just heard,
What do we think
Two
of Kevin
Browns hired.
Stefanski?
yeah, what the hell?
Respectfully, I don't think he's a bad guy, and I think his time at the Browns ruined his reputation. But it unfortunately ruined it to the point that I'm baffled he got another job so soon without having to bounce back to a coordinator.
So is he
Yeah.
their head coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which baffles me because his time at the Browns left me with this like sentiment that the guy's low-key a racist. And then
Yeah.
to go to the Atlanta Falcons is wild behaviour.
Mm, yeah.
But
Let him
And I
job.
what is he going to do that Raheem Morris couldn't do? But that I'm really astounded by this information, which is brand new to me.
Like, of all the people in the world, Kevin,
I'm shook.
like the Falcons went, yeah, Kevin but yeah,
But then also hired another Browns coach, like
to be their
coordinator.
OC.
I mean, I kind of think you've kind of got a shit team hiring a shit head coach. It
Yeah.
just kind of fits, doesn't it? Like,
Poor Falcons fans, though.
I know two.
You watched that Browns offense this
Sorry.
year and thought they suck, and then
Yeah,
Kevin
imagine.
Stefanski and the OC join you, and you think just when you think it couldn't get any worse,
mm,
it gets worse, exponentially worse.
I'm really
Yeah.
astounded. Truly, I am.
maybe they're
Wow.
doing what the Browns kind of did this year, and it's like, well, we really need to hit rock bottom before we can go up. So let's hire Kevin, get to rock bottom. The quicker we do it, the quicker we bounce.
Poor Dylan Gabriel.
Tank for Arch 2027.
Staying another year, is he? Kevin!
See, when I close my eyes and think about the Falcons, I think of like the back room of a brothel when you put a black light on it. It's just like, it's not good.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? It's sticky and not in a good way. And it stinks of bleach and not in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, you're just unsettled and on edge the whole time. And that's like the Falcons. Like, I'm sorry for
Such a
people. that-
visceral description. My brain went dumpster fire, and you went back room of a brothel.
With a black light on. It has to be with the
And
black
lots
light
of
on.
bleach.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
To be fair, if I asked my two Falcons fans how they felt about being Falcons fans, they probably would say unsettled and on edge.
Yeah.
There you go.
That is
See?
probably quite accurate.
So there you
Mm.
go. So when we moving on from the back room of a brothel, we move to the Baltimore Ravens. Inter is coming with the Chargers DC being their new head coach, and they've hired the Bears OC Declan Doyle as their OC. What do we think?
I've even heard of Declan Doyle, so that's concerning.
Jack's too busy like googling like what color was the Gatorade that they
Yeah.
throw over people like
20 years of
No idea.
Gatorade colour.
In Super Bowl 50, it was blue.
Yeah.
I like a good slogan, so I like Minter is coming.
Mm.
And that's all I can say on the matter.
I really enjoy that as a Bears fan, you didn't have a clue that that guy was your OC because Ben
No.
Johnson just does it.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
thought Ben
He's
Johnson
got a
was
job
the Bears.
as an OC at another place, having not actually been an OC.
I'm not
That's
gonna.
what
I was
that's
surprised
CV.
to
I've never heard of that man.
like you had
Self-promotion
an
at this
OC. Like what? Yeah. Well, I
Good
mean,
luck to him.
in terms of the Chargers, what was their DC like? What was their defense like this year? Was it good? Like, I don't.
I think they were one of the best.
I was going to say, I feel like they pulled them through a few
Okay.
games.
They were also expected to hire Dolphins DC Anthony Weaver to be their next DC. I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't know anyone
Unless
on the
your
Chargers defense. Mac.
aim is to give them still the opposing QB CTE. What's that? But in practice,
Lamar's days are fucking done. I mean, I think he's got his work cut out for him. If he is, I just think the Ravens franchise are a bit on their arse at the moment. What's your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, we're on our ass. I'm still sad about Hobbs.
the one thing that I found incredible about the Ravens was when their owner, who never speaks, came out and went, I mean, he'll have to say, but I have the power.
I loved that interview.
That was incredible.
It was unbelievable.
He was like, as if I've had to. John's been doing it for 18 years. I've actually got to do it with Valmink. Jesus.
Moving on to the Bills, they promoted their OC Joe Brady to head coach. I'm not going to lie, as someone that struggles with face blindness with men, that's the same human. You can't tell me all white men don't look the same. They are fucking carbon copies of each other.
I'm gonna have to Google.
But do you not? I don't understand the Sean McDermott.
I don't
firing.
know why they got rid of him at all.
I can't.
That is the
I
same man.
understand that you keep falling at the final
Thank
hurdle. I keep getting all of that, but I don't think that that's a McDermott failing.
No.
Personally, like your defense fell apart. You know, Josh was clinging on for dear life. If you look at that roster, they did not have anywhere near the right, apart from Josh Allen, to make it as far into playoffs as they did. Like, I can't. All of the others you can be like, right, Tomlin, declining winning seasons, you know, Harbaugh had his chance with Lamar, was, you know, had been there for years, need a fresh start. But McDermott was kind of like consistently getting closer, I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he just came across the wrong, like they came across the wrong team in the Broncos. And unfortunately for them, shit the bed, and they kind of, if that hadn't happened, the Broncos would be in the Super Bowl and they would be probably potential winners that ousted them. I can't get my head around it. I don't see the logic. I feel like McDermott walked into work on the Monday and went, shit, my office is gone.
I think to be fair, I think that McDermott had gotten to a point where his relationship with the higher ups, with the general manager and the owners, had become a bit untenable. He'd pissed them off a little bit too much, and he was obviously in a situation where he was angry because the drafting just hasn't been good enough. Free agents hasn't been good enough. Like, and realistically, the Bills should be in the Super Bowl this year, along with the Rams probably, but they're not because the roster just died. They died. They had no depth to their roster. I mean, they literally picked up Brandon Cooks from us. We gave someone away, and the Bills picked him up and thought, yeah, Super Bowl, no worries. Like, I can tell you for free, that was not going to work out. Like, and then look what happened here. He didn't catch the ball, did he? No. So, yeah, I just think he got pissed off with them. He's said some things that maybe, you know, higher ups are going to be like, well, it's either him or us. And obviously they make the hiring decisions, don't they? So he's gotten the boot. I don't think they should have done it. I think it's a stupid idea. And realistically, I think what you're going to have is another stale season with bad draft picks and bad free agent signings. And then you're going to have the same problem this time next year until they get rid of what's his name?
Joe Brady.
No, the GM.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
What is his name? Brandon Bean. Bean. Until they get rid of Mr. Bean, they will not be able to win anything, I don't think.
Did you see the interview between, it was Brandon Bean and the owner, I think, and they were talking about Keon Coleman, and the owner turned around and said, you need to stop giving like him all of this flack for hiring Keon Coleman because he didn't even want to draft him in the first place. And I just thought, what made you think that was a good thing to come out your mouth? Like, he really thought he was doing something there, like sticking up for his GM. And I just thought, I mean, Keon Coleman has been a bust, like, respectfully. But, like, if I was Keon Coleman, I'd be like, okay, I want out of this organization because they don't even want it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Bizarre.
I guess maybe that's the start of the crumble.
When I think of the Bills, I think of like a murder garage. You know, like one of those garages that's like really rusty, and when you open the doors, dead squeaky, and then there's like things that are dangling from the ceiling that aren't supposed to be dangling from there. And there's like a bowed shelf, and there's like a lawnmower, and like some scissors that are like, yeah, and it just smells like damp and murdery, like there's potentially a body in there, and there's cobwebs everywhere. That's the Bills to me personally. But yeah. Moving.
I kind of want to do this for every team just to see what your brain looks like.
This is 8 concussions, my guy. 8 concussions. Cleveland Browns have hired OC Todd Monken, which is fucking hilarious, as their coach. Their run game is about to disappear.
Who was?
What? He is the old OC from the Ravens.
Oh, yes.
Now,
Yes.
don't get me wrong, he's had his good years, but why the fuck, after this year in particular, would the Browns go, yeah, bet, that's our head coach?
Because it's the Browns and they love misery and losing.
True.
It's the only explanation I can really come up with.
I just think, yeah, it's just not for, yeah. I don't think anybody's got anything nice to say about the
No,
Browns.
not
So we'll
really,
move
no.
on.
It's
Yeah, it
just
I thought you guys
God.
would appreciate this. The Dallas Cowboys have hired Eagles passing game coordinator Christian Parker as their
Mm.
next defensive coordinator. The most. Yep.
That's a switch.
Thought you'd
I
appreciate
can't
that
make
one.
it on the offensive side, so I'll go on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like when politicians just hire the mates, even though they've got zero experience.
Vibes.
Weird.
Or
Lions.
switch pies.
All of them.
I love how both QBs went, ooh. Then. Oh, that made me laugh. Detroit Lions have hired former Cardinals OC Drew Petzing to be their new OC. What are thoughts on that?
Yeah.
It happened.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's a great. I mean, I think that will definitely show you whether it's if it's a cards problem or if it's a. Wait, my brain just completely stopped.
Collection.
That was teamwork, that.
Computer said no.
My bad. I got lost in that garage, mate. I was thinking about it. Stressed. Yeah, a coaching
Yeah.
problem. Thank you, Shaq. Yeah.
I talked about the Cardinals. Green Bay Packers have hired Cardinals former head coach Jonathan Gannon to be their next DC.
I don't mind him. I think he's actually quite good. Where did you say the Packers?
Why did I
Yep.
think that Jonathan Gannon was more offensive minded though?
Yeah, I thought that.
What did they hire him as? DC.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I
good
thought
for
he
me.
was more offensive too. Okay, we'll see. We shall see.
Doing a Google.
I mean, he's got Micah Parsons. It
I'm
can
not
help.
being funny. If that hat gets any lower, he looks like a lesbian. You know what I mean? Wow. No, he's forever been DC, apparently. He's been defensive quality control coach for the Falcons, Titans, DB coach for the Vikings, DB coach for the Colts, DC for the Eagles, and then head coach for the Cardinals. And now he's back being DC.
That man,
Mm.
he looks like you should check his hard drive. He is a bizarre looking man.
The Chiefs have hired Bears running back coach to be their new OC, Eric
Bieniemy.
Yeah, that's the one.
I feel like he's been at the Chiefs before, is he?
Potentially. The Raiders are expected to hire OC coordinator Clint Kubiak to be their next head coach.
Yeah.
Nobody wants the Raiders.
No.
Because they're cheeks, in the words of Bo Snow.
I also think Tom Brady being an owner would be a massive red flag for me personally.
The question
Well,
for the
that's-
Raiders really is what do they do about their quarterback situation? Because they're kind of in the shit because they don't really have any. They don't really have any good picks. I think they've given quite a lot of picks away.
They're gunning for Mendoza, aren't they?
That's
Yeah,
what I
they've got the-
heard.
They've got the first
Mm.
pick.
Is that what
Not
you
that
want?
But I mean, it's that whole thing of, it's like Cam Ward. Like, he can be the best of the draft, but he doesn't have anybody to throw it to. Who even is on the Raiders?
Crosby.
All I
that's-
know, all I know is Max Crosby.
No, they
Geno
had the
Smith,
running
who was
back.
terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Gentry.
But they
Yes.
can't.
When
Mendoza
Brock
kind of
Bowers
tanned
is
it off the entire game. I suppose they do have Brock Bowers. Oh, that's very true, actually. They
Yeah.
needed a better O-line as well, though.
Yeah, better O-line. Some actual wide receivers would be good.
When you can
Cornerbacks.
only name like a couple of players, like that's never a good sign.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it though, like I can't actually remember a season that I've watched where the Raiders have been competitive. Like I can't actually think.
No.
They've got
When's the last
Trey
time they were in
Tucker.
the playoffs? Have a look. Raiders in the playoffs.
Oh, they've got Raheem Mostert as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but he would only get like a drive a game or something.
Tyler
What is that?
Lockett.
Oh my
When
god, yeah, I
running
forgot
backs go
Lockett
to
was
die.
there.
Where offensive players go to die.
Completely forgot Lockett was there. Lockett and Metcalf are probably absolutely devastated this year.
Mm.
Absolutely. But do you think maybe they were the problem?
Yeah. Probably.
Metcalf had an absolute shitter though,
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
So for the Dolphins, nobody needs to know that. Hired Packers DC Jeff Hafley to become their next head coach. I think that's fair. I think the Packers
Yeah.
this season have had a decent decent.
Yeah. I'll give them that.
When I close my eyes and think of the Dolphins, I think of a nightclub, but it's like sticky, you know, the sticky floor.
But
And,
like
they've got the
70s style.
yeah. So there's like vinyl couches, so when you sit on them, they
Mhm.
squeak.
Yeah.
But like it's like a not nice squeak. That's what
And
I
the
think about the
carpet.
Dolphins. Yes.
The
On the walls in the bathrooms.
Yes.
And
Yes.
carpet in the
Yes.
bathrooms.
Yes.
It
So
reminds me of
accurate.
there's a nightclub in Bognor that is on the pier, and when you're on the dance floor, you can feel it shake, like the whole pier. Like feel like that's the stability of the Dolphins franchise.
Yeah.
Giants have hired John Harbaugh. They've also got Titans DC for their DC, and they're hiring the Chiefs OC. And there's sorry, we won't mention that again. We'll move on. New York Jets, Shaq as the representative.
representative.
Yeah. How is Han feeling about the fact that no fucker wants to work at the Jets?
I mean, I don't think she feels any more negative than she already did. I feel like it was pretty on the floor.
Yeah.
But because I was saying, I mean, Aaron Glenn is literally getting rid of absolutely everybody. Like roles I've never even heard of, he's getting rid of. And I was saying, at the end of the day, he's probably only got one season left in him anyway before he gets sacked, unless he has an unbelievable season.
Yeah.
He might as well just absolutely shake it up. And because I mean, the Jets have they've been consistently bad for like 2 decades now, almost. Like that's not players, that's from within. So they clearly need a massive shake-up. I mean, they need a new owner. Woody Johnson needs to go, but
yeah,
that's not going to happen
agree with
until
that
he
one.
dies, probably. I'm all for it. I think the entire place, get some new hires. If that doesn't work, you tried your best. You're probably going to get sacked anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I guess the difficult thing for Aaron Glenn is that, like you say, no one wants to work there. So you need to overhaul everything, and you need to overhaul it with people who have got experience, success, and you trust. But there is no one with those characteristics that wants to go to the Jets, because that's where coaches go to die.
Yeah. It's just, God, it's really sad to watch. Hopefully, I mean, they can't get any worse. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
To be fair, when I think of the Jets, I do think of like the luggage part of the airport. You know where? But there's just people just throwing luggage about, and it's just like conveyor belts, and things are falling off the rails, and it's a bit neglected, and it smells almost like that 80s cigarette you were still allowed to smoke on airplanes. Kind of that's what I think of when I think of the Jets. So on brand, just not great. Like you wouldn't want your kids around it, but still.
You wouldn't want your kids to work there.
Yeah, exactly. There's a mild concern of, contracting COPD as a child, but still, it does what is the branding is strong. So yeah, that is everyone. We were going to cover patches, but I think we will cover them next week after everything is said and done. We will also talk about college football as we turn to the draft and what next for the season as we do our season wrap up. So, that being said, any leaving sentiments? Not bear down. We're just going Bears.
Da Bears.
Da Bears.
We're just going Bears.
Okay, fair. Clem?
Who dat? Let's go.
Haley?
Score fast, score often. Interesting Super Bowl, please.
That's deep. I like that. Ice Out and Drake May plays football very soon. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.